One of
So,
these days, Drawho's gonna not be here, and you all gonna miss him.
Yeah, but I'll have all your businesses and your money, so it'll be fine.
That's true.
so beyond that, a fine evening ensues. The following morning, you guys are fed a decent breakfast, and the day runs rather simply through. Towards the end of evening, the airship reaches King's Reach and sets down just outside the little port city. Port city being that it's off of the River Vesper. So, kind of general knowledge for anyone traveling through the area. King's Reach is a wealthy, fortified town that has always served as a center of trade for those bringing ore in from the mines to smelt, or worked metals smelted to elsewhere, and bringing those goods generally by barge up the river to trade with the miners. Originally, the miners were dwarves, but now they're mostly human, with very few dwarves remaining. The Reach marks the highest navigable point upon the Vesper River. The Vesper's chill, clear waters are broken by kind of a long series of rocky cascades. Today's King's Reach is the largest smelting center in the Vast, the source of many trade bars of iron, silver, palm ingots, and of nickel copper. Zinc and gold can also be found in lesser amounts. The trade metal all winds up well guarded in fortified stronghouses, guarded by men whose crossbows tend to let loose at the first hint of trouble. Oftentimes, orc brigands try their luck, but more often than not, are unsuccessful in retrieving any of that. Anyone with history that's trained want to make me a roll?
Yes. I believe I have history.
Okay.
Double check.
Oh,
Yes, I do.
That.
History. Yeah.
Well, both of those will do just fine. So, you two know that the town's name comes not for the reach of any human king into the dwarven lands, but for the fact that Tuor Stonebeard, king of the dwarves, decreed long ago that this far into the mountains, and no further, would men be permitted into the reach. Other origins for the name have been given, but most sages agree that this is the oldest and most possibly even true. There are tales of caverns stacked high with dwarven gold, each guarded by a quote-unquote lone wolf prospector who managed to slay a dragon or wyvern who gathered the hoard. Some of these tales have proven to be true over the years. Lashin of Scarsdale is said to have found a treasury that drove his dreams of an empire by leading a loyal band of followers in a successful attempt to find and empty one of these quote-unquote gold eaves.
Oh. Okay. Do we know anything? I assume we got to a port town, right?
Correct.
Okay. Is there a harbor master, so to speak, for the airship that might be able to give us info about the town?
Not for the airship itself. It sets down kind of outside the city to allow you to evacuate
okay. Okay. Well, I'm going to continue to yell at the crew to unload my stuff properly and get them to move on, and we got places to go.
Oh, yeah.
And you won't see a tip if there's a scratch on any of this.
They're doing so.
I'll make sure to help with that, because I just need something to do.
I'll also lend a hand.
Okay. Takes you guys a little while,
both of you are aware you're not getting paid to help.
So are we planning to stay on the ship overnight, or are we going into town to find accommodations?
I just say we go into town.
We arrived at what time?
Late evening.
Late evening? Yeah, let's see if we can find some place in town.
Just saying, the sooner we're in the city, the safer we are.
You're awfully worried about your safety for an adventurer.
Yes, well, I don't often travel around with people who look like they mug people in their sleep.
I told you I wasn't going to mug you in your sleep. If I was going to take your stuff, I would kill you in your sleep.
This is more about having been on a ship in the air for 2 days. Just wanting to be on the ground for a bit. But not wanting to head right out.
Okay. Well, King's Reach has a handful of small taverns and inns, none of which have more than kind of a local reputation. And they often change hands as often as a barkeep decides to strike it rich to head out to the mountains, and prospectors that decide to settle down. As you kind of go through the town, there's also a shrine to Timora that's there.
And that means nothing to me, unless someone else around here likes Tamora.
Really?
I'm trying to remember. This isn't.
I figured someone like yourself would be very interested in the lady.
DM, just a point of order. This isn't one of the towns that I went to during my downtime guard trips, is it?
It is not.
Okay.
This is about 150 miles northeast-ish.
Okay, yeah, definitely not.
Yep.
I'll just kind of ask around for recommendations on where to stay for tonight.
Oh, well, there's a bar just up there that's an inn and tavern called the Dragon's Reach. There's another one over there that is the Blue Maiden. And there's a couple others around, but those are definitely the two best that I'd go with.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just pick one at random. Let's say the Blue Maiden.
All right. Well, you have fun. And getting into the Blue Maiden, there's a lady behind the bar. She is very blue. Blue tiefling, to be specific.
I'll go ahead and approach and ask about accommodations for... how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6?
5. Kibble can stay with me.
Okay. So, 5.
Well, we can certainly do that for you. We only charge 2 silver per room. So, how many rooms in total would you prefer?
5 should be good.
All right. So, total of 10 silver or 1 gold if you prefer gold.
I'll just grab one out of my pocket and hand it on over.
All right. And here are your keys. If you need any food or anything, we certainly have that as well. Just let us know.
Anybody else in the tavern, or just the barkeep?
Just the proprietor at the moment.
I'm gonna comment, place sure doesn't seem busy for a bustling, I'm assuming it's a weeknight?
Yep.
Doesn't seem very busy for a bustling weeknight.
Well, most weeknights, the prospectors are out doing their thing, and they tend to come in towards the end of the 10-day to cash in everything they found.
Oh.
I'm going to just put down a gold. That's just to take care of anything in my group, anything anyone might need until that's done.
All right, certainly. So if anybody needs food, drink, ale, women, we have it all.
Draho is going to ask what they have for wines and brandies.
Well, predominantly some human things out of Cormanthier, some Waterdeep wines. Unfortunately, nothing elvish, which you might prefer.
Yeah. Well, what's the best brandy that you have?
Oh, that would be the Waterdeep variety. It's distilled wonderfully. They do what they can to add notes of cherry and hickory to it.
Excellent. How much for a bottle?
Oh, for that, only 5 silver.
Excellent. I will buy 2 bottles and head up to my room.
Oh, certainly. And she reaches under the bar, pulls that up, and brings out 2 glasses for you as well, in case you're planning to share with anyone.
Yes. At a game, I'm gonna be double fisting brandy all night.
You have to have friends to share.
What have you got as far as food?
Well, mostly meats, stews. Depends on what you prefer.
You have any fresh fish?
Oh, definitely. We pulled a catch earlier today from the river. It's a bit of kipper, if you prefer kipper.
Has Ark had kipper before?
That's up to you, man.
It is.
You know Ark better than we do.
Oh, I'll have some of that then.
All right, I'll have that prepared and sent right up to your room.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, quick mental note. Gotta ask my box. You need anything before I head upstairs?
You get the picture of kind of a fireplace.
Gotcha. I'm gonna turn around. There by any chance fireplaces in the rooms?
Every single one.
Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, you're most welcome.
So I'm gonna signal to Kibble. Kibble, you're with me tonight.
Okay.
And as he walks by, I'm gonna hand him one of the brandies and say, "We're gonna get totally wasted tonight."
Okay. And he just downs it.
Oh my.
You're supposed to. Never mind.
We tell them every time, go easy, it's just pop.
I was gonna play elven drinking games all night, but apparently that's not happening. He's gonna be passed out in 5 seconds.
That's a good
Gotta play
possibility.
elven drinking games with a kobold. You bastard. You will kill that dude with alcohol.
I mean, or himself, which
Not sure that's a loss.
Or are we going to build up his tolerance?
I mean, either way, yeah, Draho's gonna go to his room and, say as he's leaving, "If you need anything, knock," but I probably won't answer.
Oh, right, I get it. Booze, the little one. Where I come from, we just hang a sock on the doorknob.
What? Why would you put your sock on a doorknob?
It's a peasant thing, Draho. You wouldn't understand.
Oh, he's not.
Growing wings, getting hairy and big. What is it with that? Frustratedly, he's going to storm off, bitching about everything he's noticed peasants do.
Well, now that the Lord's all bottled up, perhaps we can have some fun.
Oh?
Well, we are our own entertainment at this point, but we do have somebody that is talented. We have access to libations and food.
Okay.
This is the point where you smile and have a good time.
Don't you make Art do stuff he's not familiar with?
oh yes,
Ark is open to new experiences, so.
this is going to be fun.
Oh boy.
I'm going to sing more pompous elf songs. I'm sure I know a bunch.
Sounds good.
Before the night ends, you're just going to be standing outside my room singing as loud as you can, aren't you?
Possibly. Depends on how well I'm tipped.
I'll tip you for a roundup. Wow.
So I rolled a 17, and I think I have. I can't get in to see my character sheet right now.
Oh, that's okay.
Because I had to restart my computer because it locked up. And it says my client is in use. So.
Oh, well, I will kick. You have been kicked. That should allow you back in. Looks like your performance is a +10.
Okay.
So, at a 27, you're actually bringing the locals in off the streets.
To hear my pompous elf songs.
Yep.
So.
And
Is there going to be a song dedicated to Drawho by the end of this campaign?
Oh, I'm sure there will be. You got to give me a minute. I got to write it though. I can
Folly
make
of
it.
Lord Draho or something?
What's that?
The Folly of Lord Draho or some such?
Yes. Yes, it'll happen.
The bard shall sing songs about you. You will not like them.
At all.
Any of the locals coming in look like they go out to the mountains frequently?
most of them, in fact.
I'm gonna try to talk to them and find out if they know anything about where we're going.
Sure. So you see a couple men kind of wearing prospector equipment. One sits down, orders an ale. The other one sits at the other end of the bar, orders some kipper. Which one do you want to approach?
I'll go with the one who ordered an ale, and I will pay for his drink.
Okay. He looks over at you. Well, never had a lady pay for my drink. What can I do for you?
Well, I'm hoping you have some information. We're looking to head into the mountains tomorrow.
Can't tell you where any of the good gold is at. Sorry.
Not looking for the gold per se, and I'll kind of show him the map. We're looking for this.
Oh, you're going up to the old cursed caves. That's not a good plan. That's been taken over by some form of giants, I think. Last I heard, anyway.
Is it just giants, or is there an actual curse involved here?
Well, legend says every prospector that's ever gone on up there has gotten rich and then immediately died on their way back down.
Nice.
Talking like heart attack,
All kinds of
spontaneous combustion.
things. Yep, both of those. Some have just fallen off the cliff. Some have had an issue with the rope bridge. That one always sucks. Some have fallen to a roving band of orcs. These mountains are crawling with them.
Can I hear this conversation?
Oh yeah, he's not being quiet.
Okay. If they all die, how do the stories get back?
Well, somebody else finds their body and their gold.
So, moral of the story, don't go to the caves. Follow somebody that's going to the caves.
Second mouse gets the cheese.
With any luck, you have somebody that you can send up first. I'm not going.
We could have Draco lead from the front.
He is the only one that doesn't know anything about the curse, because he's not there right now.
Can you tell us? Like, is it easy to get to?
No, not really. You're going to go up a pretty tight, narrow, winding path. That'll lead you out to the tri-rope bridge. Not sure if the cabin is before or after that, but it's a good stopping point. Further on up, there will be an actual bridge where two towers used to stand. Some old mages, I believe, built those. And then a little bit further up from that's going to be that cavern. And I don't suggest you go.
A lot of people don't suggest we do the things we do, and then we do them, and we're fine. Do you happen to know what kind of giants? And this is me actually reading the mission.
Not specifically. There's been roiling storms, so it could easily be storm giants. We're talking mountains, so it could be mountain giants.
Okay.
Could be the Fire Duke for all we know.
Does anyone have a note of ownership on that land?
Not these days. Everybody that buys it goes up there, dies.
Fascinating.
It's a good thing we're not going up there to claim it.
I mean, you could always go down to the writ office and pick that up if you wanted.
Nobody
If you
tells
do.
Raho there's an open mine he can buy.
If you do, just let me know when you're going.
Can you point me away to that office?
Sure. Once you come out the tavern door, take a right, go up 2 streets, take a left, 2 streets, and the office will be right there at that T intersection.
Fantastic.
When this guy
Guy
said,
stands up and leaves.
Okay.
when the guy said, if we go up there, tell him when.
He did.
Insight check.
Okay.
Oh,
That was a funny joke that I totally thought was a joke.
so I'm gonna, pass the hat, if you will, since I'm sure they appreciate my singing.
That they do.
Oh, can they appreciate my singing? Ooh.
You end up with an assortment of coins, 11 coins in total that come out to about 2.5 gold. So, Kaison, you're heading to that Office of Writ?
I am indeed.
Okay. You make your way there. It is late at night, so they do have a currently closed sign up.
Well, that's unfortunate. Anybody
Break
hanging
in,
about?
Steal land.
Not currently there, no. You do see people walking through the streets, though.
Let's see. Any of them look like the landowner type, or are they more labory?
More labory. A variety of prospectors that seem to be prepping to head out on a new mission.
Alrighty. I'm looking to try to find an example of a writ of property.
Okay.
I don't suppose anything like that would be visible through a window or displayed, etc.
Not specifically, but you could check in with Prospector. Most of them would tend to have those.
Are you going to try and forge a writ of property?
Why would I do that?
I would fully endorse this.
Just testing a theory. So yeah, let's find a prospector.
Okay. Yeah, there are several of them walking down the street. Pair that are actually walking your way. You can kind of overhear them talking about getting out to the mine tomorrow.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah. What?
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to startle.
Sure.
I'm new to town. I was come up here attempting to purchase a writ for a plot of land.
Oh, they won't be open till tomorrow morning.
Well, there's another individual who's trying to pass one off to me, but I think that the document is forged.
Oh.
Do you have one on you that I could just look at for an example?
Well, maybe.
I'd pay you.
And they kind of look at each other and they shrug. And he pulls one out, opens it up, and it basically looks like any prospecting writ. Has the name of the mine, the kind of latitude and longitude markers of where it's at, and an overall kind of draft of the space in which it encompasses.
But what I need is the name of the individual that signs it.
That it has. Clerk Firebrand.
Firebrand. Fabulous name. Alrighty, thank you very much. And I hand him a gold piece.
All right. Well, you have a great day.
You as well.
Yeah. And they kind of turn and wander off to a bar.
Now, I remember hearing these guys talking earlier about like ink and parchment and quills and such.
Mm-hmm.
Were those things brought with them on the ship?
They were in the cart.
Need to visit the cart.
Okay. At this point, that would be out of the stables of the inn that you're at.
You can talk to the bard who's been writing songs about pompous elves this whole time.
You
Yeah, but-
also, good luck getting to the paper. I hope you're skilled. I hope your character is good with stealing stuff, because Draho has all of his papers and paperwork in a chest with 100 feet of chain around it and 3 locks.
That's it? Fantastic.
Or you could talk to the bard who's been writing stuff on paper with ink and pens. Nice paper.
I could do that. But yeah, that's it for me for the moment.
Okay. Anything else anyone else wants to do for the evening?
Well, Draho's going to see if he can if Kibble's still coherent enough to enjoy a couple of drinking games. Is
No.
Kibble still coherent? No,
Not
he's
really.
down.
Yeah. You guys got up to the room. He sat down on the bed and just kind of fell over.
Okay, well, I'm assuming, is it 1 or 2 bedroom?
Double bed.
Okay, well, I'll push him over to the side like a push him onto the foot of the bed,
Okay.
curl him up with a little blanket like a cat, because that's what I do. And then I'm going to let my box open and let my pseudo dragon go loose in the room, and I bond with my pseudo dragon by playing drinking games with him all night. I only need to rest for 4 hours, and that's only a slight meditation.
So when you offer the alcohol, it kind of pushes it away.
Okay then, water for it.
Mm-hmm.
Did they put complimentary water in the room, or do I got to demand service?
There's a pitcher in there for you.
Excellent. And I'll pour that into the other glass form.
Okay.
And yeah, that's going to be the whole rest of my night, is just bonding with my pseudo dragon and getting drunk.
Okay. Anything from Naivara?
Still nothing in the books, I'm assuming.
No, not at the moment.
Okay, that's all I got.
Okay. Rodney?
So I'm making sure people hum these tunes tomorrow.
Okay. Ark?
Ark enjoys his meal, enjoys the music, but then just goes to sleep.
Okay. Doing any of that stuff tonight, Kaison?
It's so sneaky we can't hear him.
I just wanted to see him break into that box so he could find all that's in it is paper and ink.
No, I'm after my wander about. I'm going to head to my room.
All right. Then you guys all end up getting a good rest for the night. Wake up early in the morning. Breakfast is brought up to your rooms individually. A small platter of sausage, bratwurst, eggs, and a few vegetables to go with it.
Excellent. Do the usual routine. Feed the staff. Feed myself.
Oh, bomb pops. Now I'm going to have to go to the store and get those after this. Thanks, Rodney.
So I shouldn't talk about the Ben and Jerry's.
No, I've got ice cream in the freezer, but I haven't had a bomb pop in like forever.
Apparently Smirnoff had those as a drink earlier
Really?
this year. Yeah.
They
They were
have
limited
them
edition.
currently.
I don't know. I'd be okay with the flaming bomb pop Logang.
Yeah. Let's just not set people on fire this time.
You did that last time against the rest of the party's advice. So you were the only one that wanted to burn down a weaponsmith with the occupants inside.
It worked.
It did work.
To be fair, he was more afraid of us than actually burning to death. So...
No, he was more afraid of Romney and the demon that he saw.
Point being, it worked. So anyway, breakfast. And then I'll just make sure I go, after breakfast, I'll make sure I go up to the proprietor and any overage on that, on what I put down from yesterday.
Sorry, say again?
Any overage on what I put down yesterday?
Nope, you're still good to go. Still have 5 silver left if you'd like.
Oh, no, that's for you. So,
I need a quick breakfast, and then I need to head down to the deeds office.
All right, and so you do.
and I'll, after I finish breakfast and check in with the proprietor, I'll go to the stables and just make sure the horses are doing okay.
Yeah, they seem to be very pleasant now that they're back on the ground.
Yeah, I'll make sure the cast rituals, like, feeling better today.
Oh yeah, it's much better being on the ground.
Okay, well, we're gonna stay on the ground for probably at least a week. 7 days. They don't understand what a week is. But maybe twice that. Where we're going might be a little dangerous, but we'll make sure that we'll do our best to make sure nothing hurts.
Okay, we trust you.
First mistake.
They trust me, not
You
you.
didn't say draw.
That was you, singular. Okay. That's all I got for right now.
All right. Anything else that you guys want to do in town before you head out towards your mission destination?
Say if anyone wants to gather more information, or we can just head out.
I think we have the requisite amount of information for what shenanigans we're going to get into.
It sounds like unless we're going to walk into someone who knows what's up and but wouldn't tell us, all we're hearing are rumors. So, all right. I guess I'll take point with the cart.
Okay.
I was going to say we should move with the armored cart first, since it has all the supplies, and then the people in the second cart, because it's designed for passengers.
Okay. Does anyone want to be in the supply car, running the supply car with me?
I'll go with you.
Okay.
And put Kibble up there too, because he probably wants to get away from me for a while.
I'm good with that.
He needed an extra egg this morning. Is it supposed to hurt? Okay. I guess then, yeah, we're just on our merry way there.
Except we have one, I think one of our guys we have to pick up at the patent office after he does whatever he's doing. Deed office.
Yeah, if he's still doing that.
Yeah. I want to know what he's actually doing.
Bum bum bum.
Is Kai there?
You're
Yes.
being a little too sneaky.
What do you mean? I announced all of my intentions.
Well, we were waiting for you to finish what you were doing at the deed office with the GM before we moved on to the next part. We're coming to pick you up once you're done.
We were waiting for a scene to be played out.
Oh no, I'm sneakier than that.
Okay.
But the
But no,
private functions for
I see what he did. So you're just there then.
Well, no, I eat a quick breakfast. I go out. Depending on how long it takes for you guys to do that, I might have returned. It didn't take very long.
Okay, then yeah. Well, once you're back, Draho's going to do the traditional, is everybody here? Good. And then jump in the cart.
Okay, so I'll be driving the Adamantium one with Naivara and Kibble with me.
Okay.
And everyone else will load up in my cart. Once we get in there, I will point to the locked chest and the blackwood chest with the brass trim and say, don't touch those. Let's go.
All right.
And I've got to specifically look at Kai when I say don't touch those.
I wouldn't dream of it. Actually, I was going to ask to see if you could store something for me.
Huh? Yeah, sure. Is it edible?
It is not.
Is it shiny?
It is not.
What is it?
I produce a roll of parchment.
Oh, yeah. I will reach into my cloak and pull out what is essentially a rolled scroll case with loose papers in it. Yeah, I can store that with my documents. So if you give it to me, I'll roll it up and put it in with my other documents, close the scroll case up, and put it back in my coat.
Yep.
Meanwhile,
Okay. So, some background then. You guys are headed up the Three Trees pass. Kind of the general knowledge is that the long and dangerous cleft between the Troll Mountains and the giant spikes would probably be avoided by men altogether if it wasn't for the rich ore deposits brought down into the valley by the dwarves. The North Road was put through this once desolate pass. It's called the Three Tree Pass because its height was once marked by 3 huge old pines. The only trees in sight of the rocky desolation. The pass itself is a link to Kurth within King's Reach and provides a means for getting at least some of that gold safely to market. It's cost many human lives over the years, but it served its purpose, incidentally saving the last few dwarves from extinction at the hands of the ever-plentiful orcs. Vicious battle for control over the mountain heights and the mine passages go on to this day. Human prospectors move into the territory recently held by orcs. The dwarves grudgingly aid the humans, knowing that they'd be swept away without them. As the sun comes to rest in the west, its dull glow begins to fade into the mountain peaks of the Troll Mountains to your west, and you find your way up the pass into a clearing. There you see a kind of lone, ramshackle mountain.
Awesome.
When you were describing how there used to be 3 pines there, I couldn't help but think Lone Pine Mall. Okay.
Question. Did anyone inform Drawhill of the dangers located at this place?
Oh, yeah, giants. And
Well, I'm just saying, because if you guys didn't, he will literally, regardless of how cautious you guys are, fold his cart past the armored one and then complain loudly that you're not keeping up.
I mean, maybe everything but the curse.
so wait, I'm not keeping up with you by being in front of you?
No, I'm saying if you guys didn't tell me, because I'm assuming you guys are going to be cautious approaching.
Oh, yeah, no, we would have given you that information.
Okay, because I was going to say, because if you don't, he will go around you and then complain very loudly, drawing attention, if possible, that you're not going fast enough.
Yeah, no, it's...
We would have told you everything minus the curse.
Oh, that's even better. So all I know is there's some giants there of unknown origin.
I mean, I gotta collect on that will somehow.
Should have never put you in the will.
I gotta pay off my 3 sugar daddies.
You know, you also inherit my debt. Not that I have debt, but if I had debt, you would inherit it.
And you guys should have a map coming through.
It's not letting me token.
It's a me.
Ah!
There we go.
Real quick, I accidentally closed my character sheet. How do I open it back?
Click on your token twice.
Yay. And now I'm on the board. Okay. So,
Well, now this already is a poor situation to be in. Let me adjust this.
yeah, and I'm guessing that this is like a gravelly area.
Yep. So you've got kind of dried grass on either side of a kind of rocky slope that leads up to this little cabin, and then additional rocky pass up towards the northeast, which is what continues the road.
Okay, I'm gonna kind of signal to Droho and some of the smaller people, like, take cover until we can check this out.
Aren't we in a wagon at this point?
I would want to leave like the wagons a little bit away so we can get closer to them and inspect it, just in case.
Okay.
So, so does anyone want to like position themselves?
I'll come over here. You
there's
use line of sight on the door.
Does Droho want to make himself like a dirt wall?
I was about to say I'm going to create a dirt wall right about here to protect me, and then I'm going to ask Kibble to get behind that tree up there and prepare to shoot.
Yeah, we've got two trees. We got that stump. We got the tree over.
If he can hide behind the stump, take the stump.
Oh
yeah, he's small. He should be able to hide there.
Looking at Kai, what kind of armor are you wearing?
I'm currently wearing chainmail.
And what's like the most prominent weapon I see on here?
That would probably be either the spear or the glaive that I've been wearing on my back.
So you wanna help me check this out? You seem like you're the kind that gets up front.
How tall are you?
Me?
Yeah.
That is, I actually do have this on my character sheet for like the first time. Hang on a second. I'm not terribly tall, but I am stout. PDF to come up.
Because I produce Mila glaive.
I was gonna say I'm under 6 feet, but I'm somewhere between 5 and 6. But let me just say, hey, the sheet is moving up here. I'm 5'10".
5'10".
Yeah, so not overly tall, but
Taller than me, though, unfortunately.
that's okay. That just makes me good for being between you and everything else. So I'm gonna try to sneakily approach the doorway.
Okay. So, question for you guys. Are you able to see inside the house with the way that I've got this set up?
Grayed out.
Yay.
It is grayed out, yes.
That is a bonus. Things are working.
Yes.
Which
I was actually going to ask if that was just no lack of sight or a map glitch, but I wanted to wait and see if it appeared when we stepped in the doorway before I complained.
I figured it's the keeping us from going, oh, that looks like a bad room to walk toward.
Yes.
So
I will
my
roll
question, is there windows around that we can maybe sneak up to?
Oddly not.
No windows?
Nope.
That's garbage.
Yep.
All right.
And the cabin itself looks to be very old, very ramshackle, but kind of built with kind of deteriorating wood. So functionally, you might be able to peek into some of the holes through the wood, but the builders themselves didn't put any windows just due to where this is at.
This is more of it's better than being completely exposed kind of deal. Okay, so I'll move toward it and I will stealth, so I will roll for that.
And fail.
I'll give you guidance before you go.
It's not going to do much. In fact, it does as little as possible. So does it? That is a 7.
Okay, so you're a little loud while you're walking up. No worries.
I'm sneaking up on them right now. They won't see me.
But if I can't see them, they can't see me. You're looking at a rock. Oh. So I get all the way here. And do I find any holes in the wall?
Not there, but you do see some that are a bit further down to the right.
All right, I will try that, and I'm gonna try to figure out if Kai wants to come up with me or not. Even though Kai's gonna be a bit more clunky. Oh, hey, it's Spades.
Yep, as you get up there, these three kind of burst out.
Oh, okay.
We get our reaction since all of us were prepared to shoot the first thing we saw.
Sure.
Awesome.
And before that, though, go ahead and roll initiative so we can get that all set up.
Yep.
2 more levels, and I get advantage on this.
Well,
And let's try it. The duck likes me today.
no, it doesn't. It's
21.
tricking you.
21. Look, I got 2 rolls in single digits and then a 19. The duck likes me.
The duck hates you.
It's setting you up so you'll use it more and it can fail on you at the
Are you
time.
suggesting it's trying to duck me over?
Yes.
I got 14.
14. All right.
Not encouraging that joke.
Looks like everyone is set. Good to go. So go ahead and take your first round of pot shots. 20 will hit.
And so 23 total.
Okay, and is that to 3, 5, or 7?
We'll do 3. I'm assuming he's the first one out the door.
Yep. So
7. Okay.
that will kill number 3.
Oh, it won't let me do the thing that lets me see how far I can go. Okay.
They're in ring.
It still should. Click on your tile, then control click on the bad guy.
Okay, yeah, I wasn't. My tile I was clicked off.
You're
Okay.
using a longbow, right?
Yes.
And you have
No, this is because if I do it this way, it'll automatically hit him. Hits.
Oh, I see.
So, let me bring up my stats.
You need to master that feature.
It's simpler for me because I'm simple-minded.
That is fair.
So, I will use sharpshooter on this, so that's a +4. And I will proceed to probably not hit.
No, not with a 7.
He startled me.
But he wasn't in stabbing range.
All right. Anyone else?
I was
My
still
my
looking.
I'm going to do bardic inspiration on my buddy here with the big glaive.
Okay.
+1 dice. D6.
All right. Kaison, are you doing anything?
Oh, anybody within 60 feet, apparently.
I was gonna say your bardic inspiration's a D8 now.
Awesome. I forgot to level up that.
That's okay.
Anyone else going to take a pot shot?
I'll take that as a no. Kibble fires off. And unfortunately misses with the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So we will start at the top of the round, which is Arc.
Ark would like to range.
All right.
Boom. Okay, moving the map, not me. Hello. And Reckless on Orc 5. Okay, duck and that one. Ooh, okay. That is a 24 to hit.
That'll do.
Alrighty. 15 damage.
Do on Orc 5. That
Orc 5.
will do.
Okay.
All right, you slam into that orc and take its head right off.
I am very good at cleaving body parts with a bludgeoning weapon.
Well, when you hit hard enough.
That is true. Okay, and then Reckless attack on number 7, I think you said?
Correct.
Yeah, 7. 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Yay! Okay, that is... Ooh! Maximum damage! So that is 18 damage.
And that orc dies. All right, is that it?
Well, with that, I'm assuming the doorway is now open.
It is.
Boom! I want to go inside, but the thing's not letting me. It's all gray. And 2... 20, 25. Count, well, let me.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
I mean, I can see inside the first chamber now. Oh, that's why I won't let me.
Yep.
That's that. Okay. And seeing that, I'll go, you might want to move up here, there's more. And that's all I got.
Okay.
I ain't moving nowhere.
That'll bring us to Naivara.
Right. Let's see. 1, 2, 5. Can I see past Arc?
You can see in through the doorway to Orc 2, yes.
Okay. Well, let's do that. Volley of Eldritch Blasts, please.
Okay.
I just saw the number on the bottommost one. That's fun.
Right?
Well,
This is
let's
probably way overkill. But-
let's be fair. Orcs are challenge rating 1/2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, so I'm sure those first 3 hit.
Let's see. Actually, all 3 hit. All 4 hit.
Oh, that is good to know.
Alright, so that's
Holy crap.
41.
Yep, you can tag both of those, so that will take out 6 and 2.
God, those bracers are fantastic.
Right? You're actually attacking more times than I do.
Alright, so your force damage fires out from your fingertips, slams into those orcs, and just sends them skittering back into death. Any
Is that-
additional movement or anything else?
Nope, that's my full.
Okay, was that a question?
I was going to say, I don't think the number is going to be that much of a problem.
Probably not.
You know,
Kaison.
I could probably take on that many by myself without taking more than 10 damage.
Did Chris vanish?
He's moving his character.
No, Chris forgot that he muted his microphone
Ah,
because he's trying to remember the action economy of 5th edition.
Action,
action.
bonus action, and movement. Now, it doesn't have to be in any particular order.
Yeah, but can you double move?
Yes,
that's-
for an action cost.
Yeah. unless you're a rogue or a goblin. Or a monk. But that, in the monk's case, it costs key.
Ta-da!
Okay.
Or tabaxi.
True, but that's only if they didn't move before.
I'll assume that
Also-
you don't have anything for a bonus action.
You are on the very edge of my bardic inspiration, by the way. So
Well, once they're inspired, they keep it.
okay,
For up to a minute, I believe. Or 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Nice.
Are there? Do I see any other orcs within this space at the moment?
Not beyond Orc 10.
You can
Okay.
hear him snarling now.
What was that?
I said you can hear him snarling.
Oh, right. No, then I'm good.
Okay. That'll bring us to Ronmi.
I'm just going to move up because if I double move, I'm going to be well. I will. I'll move up to. I can't. I'll move up to there.
Okay.
I want to stay behind the person with more armor.
All right. Bring us to our first bad guy who rounds the corner, becomes visible.
Oh,
You know what I was just saying? I was like, I'm going to head around the side of the house and see if there's anything behind the house, and that walks out.
not another one.
It's funny because I was just about to say if my turn was next, I'm like, I'm going to scoot around the house and see if there's anything behind it while they clear out the inside. Glad I did it now.
All right. So,
I don't like that many dice.
Ronmi, Ark, and Kaison, give me a dex saving throw for a fireball.
Good advantage. Okay, very glad I got 19.
19 will do.
17.
17 will do. So, Kaison will take the full, which is sadly pathetic, a total of 23. And then
But he's
just.
also a tiefling, so
Yep. So that'll actually knock to half. So 11.
Good thing you're a tiefling.
so for me it's 5.
That's right. That is a mighty fireball. Mighty.
That's adorable.
Isn't it?
This reminds me of the time when we were doing Tomb of Annihilation, and we're next to a Oath of Ancients Paladin, and we get lightning bolted. So not only do we all pass, but we get the reduction from the aura too.
Yep.
So it did like a total of like 12 damage to 3 people, and the
Didn't
wizard.
he piece
caster
the
was
fuck
like-
out?
Oh, and then we just basically like back. Anyway, back to the fight.
Okay.
My turn?
So these guys come rushing in here. Let me get
Hey,
them turned on.
Oh.
All right.
Here's the dilemma for Ark. Go for the big guy or hold off this.
I think
Go
you
for
should
the big
continue
guy.
blocking the doorway.
That was a sound strategy last time, so yeah,
All right.
I've got the door.
I'm the bouncer.
Well, if Kai wants to take the door, then you can charge that guy.
I would kind of like someone to lock up the big.
Yeah, let's put Kai on the big guy. It's just an overmage.
Okay, out of
That's
5, 1 rolled a 10, which is not going to hit. The 22, 25, 23, and 24, however, should.
Oh darn! If only I had shifted used by shield, they still would have been.
That's correct. So we have
There's so many.
3 of them are 12s. So the 3 frontliners do 28 total.
So 14.
Yep. And then the backliners fire javelin or throw javelins at you.
Oh, hold up.
Yep.
Orc 9 provokes an attack of opportunity when he moves in.
Ah, right. Go
Form
for
Master, yes. Good
Yeah.
job.
I just say there's more than one backliner? What don't I see?
it. Ah,
I see
apologies.
a lot of stuff.
There he is.
Okay, what do I poke at to make that happen?
So, within your character, go into the Actions tab. Actions tab, there we go. So 19 will hit,
Oh, he
and
don't-
then just to the right of that is the damage. All right, 10 damage on Orc 9. He is still up. Not looking pretty, though.
To be fair, did he look pretty before the damage?
I still have
Orcs can be beautiful, too.
I still have my bonus action. Correct.
Not technically. So
Okay.
with 5th Ed, once you move off of your round, you have either stored the standard action or just have your reaction. Well,
Okay.
technically both. All right. The Javeliners, 14 total to arc, so 7 after reduction.
Huh? Okay. Not bad for 5 of them attacking me at once after I got hit by a fireball.
Yep. And that'll bring us to Draho.
Okay, well. Let me go about. There, that's good. That's where I'll stay. Because I want to avoid a lightning bolt if at all possible.
Remember, you still have your dirt wall up, too.
Yeah, well, I've already moved well away from the dirt wall.
Fair enough.
That's an action, and I'd rather use that to shoot the ogre mage.
That is a good idea.
Woo! That's a natural 20 and then a 14.
The 14 will not hit.
Okay, well, I'm sure the natural 20 will. Now comes the next question, guys. Should I tangle him? Yeah, why not? Does double damage. So,
This is it. Do that dice? Yes.
yeah. So let's see. We add 14 to my D8 for the regular dice. So that's 16 magical arrow damage, and then a following 2d6 poison. Oh, no, I forgot. I doubled that damage. So let me throw another D8 plus 4.
And 2 more d6.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So D8 plus 4, and then 2 more D6. Did those roll in the thing? They did not. So there you go. All that damage.
Very nice. So you fire that double set of arrows out. One kind of flies off, hits into the wall of the cabin.
I was ranging my target.
The other one, however, sinks direct into an eye. He starts screaming and kind of holding it, and then it wraps him in those vines.
Yep. Just a bloom of beautiful dark blue ivy with gold spikes, gold thorns, because everything is in Draho house colors.
Draho vines. Kill giant scale.
All right. Any bonus action? Anything else?
No, I can't do anything with the bonus action, I don't think.
Okay.
So I'm good to go.
Kibble fires off. Does hit. For a very piddly amount.
That is what Kib will do.
That is. And we're back to Ark.
Okay, Ark, seeing as he's got a lot of new friends, he's going to use his bonus action to shift.
Okay.
So I will roll for the HP. Not spectacular. 11 temp HP.
Okay.
Right now, every little bit helps.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to go ahead and reckless number 9. Natural 20.
All right.
And the lower number was a natural 1, by the way. So, and the 20 was on the ducks, so screw all you skeptics.
Oh, it's just setting you up for a big fail later.
Yeah, after I succeed quite a lot.
Yeah, that's how I do.
Okay, this is very pretty so far. 16. That is 21 damage, so I'm pretty sure he just...
He does. That is Orc 9. Orc 9 splatters into the guy behind him.
Okay. After kind of growling at the one behind him, just sort of like as a warning, I'm going to go ahead and take my second reckless attack against number 10. That is a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
23, but it already hit. Well above what it needed to.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, not so shiny. 9 damage.
9. All right. He is still alive.
Yep. And I'm gonna go look over at look over to Kyle and be like, get the giant. I've got this.
Okay. That'll bring us to Naivara then.
Alright, so we'll start with a couple of Eldritch Blasts on the Ogre.
Okay.
Let's go ahead and Inspiration that.
Sounds good.
Assuming that's not any better.
Nope, unfortunately not.
Nope, okay.
That'll hit.
20.
Yep.
And
that'll hit. For a total of
18.
You don't have agonizing blast?
That's including... Oh, yeah, I do have Agonizing Blast.
Oh, actually it did include it.
That is including that, though.
Cool. So... Math calculator, where are you at? There it is. Oh, just shy. So your force bolts fire out into it, slam into it several times. It kind of staggers back. Most of it is kind of torn open by the blast, and it's still bleeding heavily from that eye.
And that's all I got.
Okay, Kaison.
You might have yourself muted.
Totally have myself muted.
You're trying too hard with the sneaky.
Well, no, I have small children in the background unless you want to hear them running around.
You don't.
Wow.
Yeah, things
They
to
love
look
you
forward
too.
to in about 4 more months.
Woot?
I mean,
All y'all suckers with the chillins.
So what are the rules for disengage on 5e?
It costs an action and then allows you to move away without any penalty.
Fuck that.
If you really want, you can swing at one of these guys, considering the big guy is almost dead.
That is true.
Yeah,
I was given an order.
fair enough.
I can respect that.
All right. One,
But you have enough movement to come up and hit something else and kill him.
the one you didn't disengage from hits with a 21, which will do
1 damage.
wrong button. That's a little better. Total of 13.
Ow.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So now Ogre Mage must die. I am going to use my bonus action
Okay.
to cast Searing Smite,
Okay.
and then I'm going to unload on this poor bastard.
Because there's no kill quite like overkill.
It's the best kind of kill.
Especially when it's ogre kill.
Well done.
Don't encourage me.
Really don't.
hate all of you.
It was no handbag.
So first attack. Oh,
Did you suck it up?
But did you add your smite?
I haven't yet.
Did
Because
you
he
add your
doesn't-
inspiration?
Well, I hit him just fine, but the inspiration doesn't affect damage, does it?
Not unless she's a Valor Bard, which I believe she went more. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've got 2d6 that I don't have a button for.
Oh, balls.
So there's that.
You could just like click on the little dice on the bottom and just roll them, right?
Yep, that's what I did.
So with that, when you pick it up, you want to drop it in the chat tray. That'll actually push it through.
If
Oh,
it's anywhere else, it won't work. I found that out.
so
the hard way.
there's
Yeah.
6. And then 7. And he's on fire if he survives.
He is on
I mean,
fire on the ground, not surviving.
Fantastic.
With no survivors.
He was so
And
close
the
to another
vines.
fireball.
But you still have another attack if you want to run up and hit something in here.
Do I have enough movement to get back there?
Yeah.
Two,
You don't.
three. 1, 2, 3.
You have reach.
Funny.
Oh, yeah.
That is one of the main parts of doing the glaive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you reaching through the wall though?
He's like swinging laterally. So,
Technically, the way it runs is if any corner of your space can connect to any corner of their space, you have line of sight.
That's
basically,
funny.
But it just means he has a little bit of cover advantage.
yeah. So, you can do it.
But a
16?
16 is just fine. Because even with partial cover, that doesn't matter.
Wow.
Hey, I did a number on him before you hit him, so.
I'm assuming you're on Orc 4?
Whichever one I can reach.
4 would be full cover behind the wall. Or
And
sorry,
then-
10 would be full cover behind the wall. Orc 4, kind of straight around arc with a riposte. That would work.
There you go.
All right, Orc 4 takes 5.
Hey, Kai, maybe you want to like prepare your weapons next time, since you mentioned they were in disrepair.
Oh, we've got Kibble for that.
Oh yeah, he's got the ultimate technique.
I mean, you could have had Kibble casting Mending on it while we were traveling.
Also true. So that'll bring us up to Ronmi.
These guys look like they're doing a good enough job. I'm gonna hold action and just let them soak up damage for me.
You don't want to talk to about anyone's mama back there.
I mean, I could talk some smack. They're all within 60 feet, so
That they are.
we can definitely talk some smack so that they can possibly be at a disadvantage and things.
And that's a wisdom or charisma roll for the save.
Charisma for me. Huh?
For the save.
Oh, save is
Wisdom, I'm pretty sure.
Wisdom. Pretty sure. For vicious call and mockery.
yes.
Okay. We have a wisdom save of 14.
I have +4 and
So your spell's APC should be 15.
Yeah, 15.
All right, he fails. Your vicious pun works.
Maxing out your spellcasting stat early. It's always a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean it is the stat I depend upon for everything, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
And that should do 1d4 psychic damage as well.
Yes.
We're
Or is it-
level 5, right?
Yep, so
There's
2d4.
2d4.
Ooh.
Spitting those hot bars.
I do cut like a knife.
So what do you get on those caltrops?
Pyramids of Doom.
4, 2, 6.
6 on 2, on 4, 1, or 8.
Let's go with 8.
8. Alrighty.
Everybody's getting some love today.
Mm-hmm. You see him kind of hold his head and groan momentarily at what you say to him.
Yeah.
Proper response.
All right. Any movement or bonus action?
Nope. I'm just gonna stay right here, out of reach of most people.
Okay. Orc time. So that'll be 4 attacks.
Attack of opportunity, please.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah. Can you kill him before he attacks me?
20 is a hit. For 6, is that on? That would be on Orc 1 for coming into range.
Yep.
So he is still alive. All right.
Okay, I have a solution for this.
Attacks on those. Arc, what's your AC?
Currently 17.
17, so 2 hits, 2 miss. One for max damage, one for minimum damage. So the minimum damage is going to be 2 after it's halved. The max will be 8 after halved, so a total of 10.
Balance in all things.
Hey, guys.
Oh,
You know how awesome I am?
how awesome are you?
I get to re-roll 1s and 2s on my damage dice.
Oh, you got that one. Nice.
Oh, then functionally
Which-
you need to reroll that D10.
Like everything I've swung so far.
Hey, I still have a little bit of extra fluff right now.
Well, there you go. He can take another point.
Heal the runner.
Which
Okay.
is actually, you know, in essence, how using that part of Spear Mastery works. Just
Mhm.
anyway.
Draho.
Okay, I'm going to move over to here and duck with my, action to dash.
Okay.
Oh, look!
And then
it's-
I'm going to duck behind this crate, because my next move, I'm going to go around behind the house and see if there's more ogres.
Okay.
I'd rather know before they jump us again.
Oh, look! It's marks 11 through 29.
All right. Give a little. 20, 30.
Watch, I'm going to turn that corner, and there's going to be like 15 more orcs just waiting.
It's going to
for
be
me.
like that one scene in New Hope where Han chases the stormtroopers into the hangar.
I am desperately holding in all of my dead AOIs right now.
Kibble crits.
Yay!
Well,
Kibble kills.
do you really need to roll the damage?
It could all be once.
This is coming from the guy who's just like, look, I know they had 1 HP. Let me find out how terribly dead they are.
Orc 4 is down from Kibble's sneak attack.
How much of his health? How many of him could it have killed if it would spread out?
He did a total of 16. So
Okay,
only
so, like,
one maxed if it was full hit points.
Gotcha. Still, he felt that.
He did. Back to Arc.
Okay, so all 3 of these guys have been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to make this a little interesting. Putting down the hammer, pulling out the hand axes.
All right.
All right, so that is against orc number 1, reckless attack, natural 20 on the duck.
Nice.
Setting you up for failure.
Oh, when it's important.
It is playing the long game.
Hmm. It does this. Mine did this.
Has 11 damage.
11 on Orc 1 will kill it.
Good.
Remember when the
hand axe to
digital
the
ones
skull.
were rolling perfect the whole game? Then we planned a huge ambush on some Ettins and it decided all 2s and 3s.
Hey, I'm not the only one who screwed that up. All right, next one on orc number 10. Natural 20
Nice.
on the duck.
You gotta fail.
That is 15 damage.
That will take him. Another hand axe to the head.
And because they're light weapons, and it still won't let me enter the damn building. There we go. Third hand axe, also reckless. Natural 19, but on the duck.
Okay.
He might survive this one. 6.
He does, surprisingly.
I
That's
mean, they're
okay.
cannon fodder. They're supposed to die quick.
Hmm.
The thing is, if I had used my maul, I would not have gotten it. I wouldn't have been able to soften them up for whoever's finishing them off.
And that should be Naivara.
Let's see. I can only get to here. I don't think I can see him from there.
Now, you're using it as a bonus action to cast. You have to also cast a spell.
Yeah, you can see him. It'll just be partial cover.
Yeah, what the hell? I got 4 shots at it.
Mm-hmm.
They embrace this broke ass.
Use the
Warlock
Darkness
bullshit.
Force. Well, I'm pretty sure at least all of those hit.
3 of them. That first one, since it was a 13 with partial cover, would bump him up to a 15.
I'm pretty sure just the damage from having the what is it?
Agonizing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that alone is going to be enough.
Alright, so let's see. That's 27, 38.
Yep. I went ahead and clicked on you to let it automatically do that. It is dead. Very, very dead. Like, so dead that it's splattered all over the floor, and it's kind of harder to make out that symbol because there's so much red.
Like,
Oh, did we just add blood to the blood symbol?
You did.
Blood for the blood god.
Yeah. Yeah, Cornate's coming.
Milk for the cornflakes.
All right. Mask now disabled.
all right.
Oh,
So-
there is nothing back there. Good.
Seeing that there's an open doorway, or seeing that there's a door, I'm going to go kick it in while I still got the adrenaline pumping.
Alrighty. You kick that doorway in, you find a bedroom. Most of the interior of this is kind of cluttered. There's dirt, not flowers, but leaves, sticks, things that have kind of come in from doorways being open over the years. The bed in and of itself is in tatters. There is a little desk on the door, or on the wall just to your left there. Doesn't seem to have anything on it except for several candles that have been burned down to the point where there's effectively no wick left. 4 chairs around a table, 2 chairs next to the fireplace with a rug next to that, and an oven on the north end of the, or northeast end of the building. There is a grave out to the right side that seems to be open, like someone recently dug it.
Okay. That symbol on the floor, does that look familiar?
It's reminiscent to other ones that you've seen, but
Oh wait,
not
was the
exactly
thing I was
the same.
hiding behind? Is the thing I was hiding behind the grave?
Yep.
Oh, was there anything in it? Did I happen to notice when I stood up after hearing all clear?
Nope. So the grave in and of itself is like, it looks like it's recently dug. 6 feet down, basically 8 foot tall by 3 foot wide. Your very standard grave, but nothing in it beyond open grave dirt.
Okay, I'm gonna peek around to the door and see what's in the house myself.
The 3 little bags that you just passed are bags of coal.
Gotcha. We'll load
Arc
those up in the
recovery
wagon.
hit points.
What's that?
Arc recovery hit points.
Ooh, yay, thank you.
Nice. Glad to have a healer in the party that's dedicated to healing. He's not a part-timer
Enemy
like
on the
everyone
back,
else.
that felt reasonably better.
So what's
You
the
did well.
big thing next to me and Romney?
That's an oven.
It's an oven?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
So-
not exciting.
Arcana on the symbol in the middle.
Sure.
What I was about to say. I want to Arcana that symbol.
And before we go any further with this, what time of day did we arrive at this thing?
Did I say?
I don't think
yes.
you did.
I said the sun was coming to a rest in the west. Its dull glow begins to fade into the peaks of the Troll Mountains. So later evening-ish.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I got a 1 on my Arcana. So Draho's going to very confidently suggest that the best thing to do with blood sigils on the ground is to add blood and smear the image so it can't be accurate.
I got a 17
Make
on
this
my
look like
Arcana.
And Naivara's got a 19.
Okay, you two would understand that this is some form of summoning sigil.
So you said it was reminiscent of the
That's
one.
right, Ark. I'm doing that for you. Yes, it is reminiscent of 1 or 2 that you've seen at this point.
Was the one at the ogre encampment that the fat tabaxi disappeared through?
Correct. That one.
The fat cat.
That one, and in the original Undercroft of Sable Ridge.
Is it fresh?
It does not look it. At very least several weeks old. Like portions of it are slightly flaking up.
As they're dealing with all this magic stuff I don't understand, I'm going to go get the horses closer to here because I'm pretty confident this is where we're setting up.
Like it?
Okay.
You like it? Huh?
No.
Why?
I'm assuming I
Yeah.
still can't tell where it goes.
Not specifically,
Let's
but
bring
with it,
Kibble and take 10 minutes and let him detect what it does or identify.
identify doesn't work on non-magic items.
Okay. Can he detect if it's still got magic coursing through it?
That he could. But not with a 1.
Oh, can he ritual it?
No. He rolled a 1 on his Arcana. So he's like, no, doesn't seem to be having a problem at all. It's no magic. Mm-mm.
Yeah, and Draho is still confident that if we just put some blood on it and smear it, it won't be usable.
We could smear it maybe with water instead of potentially binding ourselves to it.
Well, water
Yeah.
doesn't wash away blood ritual. Only blood works on blood ritual. It's common sense.
So
Or
it's-
use lemon and vinegar.
Naivara, where do you keep your book?
on my person.
Right, but in a backpack, in a side satchel.
Yeah, and like a set pouch on my hip.
Okay, you feel that pouch kind of moving.
Okay, I'm gonna take out my Tome of Shadows.
All right. It whips out of your hand, flies across the room above the fireplace, and opens. Let me get to that piece.
Who
So,
lit the black flame candle? For God's sake.
Get down here for the view. Take a seat.
as it gets to that fireplace, it whips open to kind of a middle page. The fireplace itself lights up at that point. The book begins to kind of weep a sticky red viscous material, and a quill that's sitting on the mantle lifts on its own and begins scribbling furiously within the book. It begins to describe a tale of a small group of humans and elves that visited this cabin long ago, finding this specific book and using it to summon an emissary of the great beast, the Lord of the Fifth, in hopes of entreating it with gifts and service in return for its riches of the mortal world. Flipping pages, it draws a picture of 3 humans and 3 elves, some male, some female, 2 of which seems to be familiar to Naivara, 1 of which seems to be familiar to Draho. These figures are rejoicing over a pile of treasure. However, their limbs are bound in what looks to be ethereal chains. Naivara, at this point, you feel something kind of squeezing against your limbs.
Can I move at all?
You can. You have full freedom of movement. It just feels tight.
That's not good. can I dispel magic on myself?
Give it a shot.
It's Arcana for that?
It's a straight
Or is it just a straight
non-proficiency roll, yeah.
Okay.
I think technically it's your...
No, I
casting
cannot.
that is a D8.
I rolled a D20.
Wow, on my screen that looks like a D8, but it says D20, so okay. Yeah, you feel no change. It's still got that slight tightening grip around you. It doesn't seem to be tightening any further. Give me a wisdom check.
Wow.
You're not sure what it feels like. It's just tight.
I'm sorry, I feel all my natural 20s did that to you.
You said I look like I recognize one of the figures.
Mm-hmm.
What do I have to roll to determine if I know who it was?
Let's go with a history check for you.
Awesome. Good at history. All right, 22.
Seems to be someone up your family line.
Oh, how far up are we talking? Because I got my scroll of pedigree on me at all times. I will consult it to see if I can recognize the name.
Those tend to have names and descriptions, but not pictures.
It doesn't matter. I'll just match description to the shadowy figure.
Yep. So based on the descriptions that you have and kind of what you're seeing in the book, it's probably either your great-grandfather or great-grandfather's brother.
So we're talking this happened like 1,000 years ago, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing to see if I recognize my person?
Yep.
It'd be great if it looks like your great-great-granddad, and it winds up it's the same person I'm recognizing.
17.
That'll do. So it looks like someone on your mother's side, like nearly the spitting image of your mother.
Cool.
Oh no. The bad poet in me is like, you're not about to tell me that she recognized one of her great-grandparents that's a woman, and I recognized a great-grandparent that's a man, and now we find out that she's part of the Reichlin-Mir distant family.
God, please no.
I mean, here's the part where you don't get to be so pompous.
Because that will hurt. That will hurt my elven pride more than anything to know we married into humans at some point.
So what's all this then?
Dishonor on your cow.
Just so you know. Not so pure.
So I'm going to go ahead and try to approach the book from where I'm at.
Sure. As it finishes, that quill sets back onto the mantle itself. The weeping of that sticky, viscous material stops, and it just kind of rests against the back of the mantle.
Okay, if I close the book, does the tightness go away?
It does not.
This is going to be annoying.
You want to maybe describe that to other people that know stuff about Arcana?
Yeah. I'll just give a brief description of my situation to the magically inclined of the group.
All right.
Do you have any ideas?
Go ahead and pick one of you, and the others are assisting, so that person gets advantage.
So I get a +6 to Arcana. Anyone better than that?
Nope.
Okay, then I will take advantage on this. That's a 17.
17? You would think that something in the past that is linking the people attached to that book is attempting to bind Naivara in the same ethereal chains.
Okay, I'm going to explain. Yeah, I think you're someone linked to that book, I think, is trying to bind you through ethereal chains.
Sugar Daddy number 4.
Or you have congestion.
Okay, with that being the case, and there being like some kind of connection to this cabin, I'm gonna GTFO.
I was going to say, as far as Draho's concerned, it's either constipation or ethereal enslavement.
So I'm
He's
gonna
consult
go.
your doctor for using Eldritch.
I'm gonna take the book and go back outside.
Okay.
You see me unreining the horses and using the carts to kind of create a little makeshift corral for them, so you can be safe outside. I'm gonna angle one of the carts between this tree, like on this angle, and then one between here and the stump, and then I'm gonna use this log to sort of make kind of a makeshift barrier there, and then set up some stuff out of just things I find lying around to box them in.
Okay.
We have 4 horses with us?
Yes.
Okay. And I'll explain to the horses what I'm doing. It's like, we're going to camp here, and I'm just doing this to make sure if anything does try to come up here, they leave you alone, or at least they have to work to get to you, and we'll make sure someone's out here watching them.
Any change in the ethereal chains front?
Nope.
Draho's going to stick a respectable 10 feet away from her, but keep on her in case something goes worse. So that is actually concerning to him, that you might be enslaved by your own book.
Can you check if your book has a safe word?
Alright, I got 1 spell slot left. Let's, I guess, try to dispel magic again.
Okay.
Nope.
No, still seems to be there.
I don't remember Kibble's spell list. He doesn't have the spell on him, does he?
He is not high enough level for that.
I didn't think so, because he's not gaining experience like us.
Yep.
I don't have anything. Oh, weird question.
Weird answer.
No, that wouldn't work. Never mind. That's
You don't
just
know
dumb.
if you don't ask.
No, I know.
Dumb
I'll
work.
just look dumb if I ask.
No.
You guys won't let me live that down.
Make it super dumb.
It can't be any worse than handbag.
Now that you've
Oh my God! Leave me alone about that.
Oh, you
Yeah.
you think
Super
that's bad
dumb.
with handbag? Wait until Richco gets going.
you've hyped this up so much, you kind of owe it to us to ask.
Oh, it's a whole skit, props and everything. It's gonna be wonderful.
No, I mean, draw with the. I could ask for
Ah.
the make the gum.
Right?
I was about to say, if we take a rest, will it resolve itself? Because most effects don't last more than an hour unsupervised.
I mean,
But I realize if we just stand there and wait for an hour, it'll probably get worse as I was thinking it.
Naivara, do you mind if we all sit around and stare at you for an hour and see what happens?
Well-
You slowly choke to death in mystical bondage.
Here's the thing. It's 8:50. Are we going further, or is this a good place to rest? Because we're in a place that we could rest.
Yeah. And I mean, you said, I'm sorry, I know we're asking this again. Did you say it was daylight or nighttime when we came here?
It's like nightfall.
Nightfall?
Late evening. That's
Damn.
fine. That's why I'm setting up a perimeter.
Personally, I would rather continue our journey in the dark since we pretty much all have dark vision. And Kibble gets advantage.
Well, he gets not disadvantage.
Yeah, well, he gets advantage if somebody's standing near his target. But, I mean, we'd probably be best to take a rest and recover spell slots and stuff, so.
Probably.
Short rest should do it. Nobody needs to do anything on a long rest, do they?
I think
It depends.
15 only comes back on a long rest. Let me double check.
I mean,
Naivara gets all her spells back on a short rest, and I get my arcane shot back.
No, I'm only down 1 rage, and I would get my shifting back on a short rest. So we could go on if everyone else wants to, but that's up to them.
I think a short rest would be best so we can keep moving under cover of darkness when we all have an advantage over, hopefully, some dumb trolls or giants.
They all have dark vision.
At this point, I don't want to stay here. Cause
Yeah, that also. So
the whole demonic enslavement thing.
That's fair.
I mean, those are things I don't understand, but
also,
whatever.
you said that viscous liquid. Is it still liquid-like on the wall?
It is.
I'm gonna collect some in one of our empty vials
Okay.
for later analysis.
Sure.
Unless I can
Naivara.
tell what it is just by looking. Anything
Could I
to
look
roll
at
to
your
determine
book?
what it is?
Sure. I don't know if you can read it though. I certainly can't read most of it. And I'll kind of hand it over. It's written in basically gibberish.
So,
I don't know. Can I make any of it up?
not specifically. It's written in an odd arcane language.
Any particular type of odd arcane language?
One not familiar to most that aren't warlocks.
Okay.
I guess my question is, was he reading any of the text you ejaculated earlier aloud?
Should say ejaculated.
I did.
It's a word. Sherlock Holmes uses it at least 12 times across all books.
And he's almost as pompous and arrogant as Drago.
I'm gonna break my wine glass and stab you in the neck.
I look forward to that.
Gonna happen. Not you, Chris. I already know you're the bitch.
Wow. Oh yeah, did I know what that thing was by looking at it?
Extreme.
Which thing?
The viscous liquid. Can I identify it without having to do anything magical, like through a skill?
Seems like blood.
Okay, seems like blood. Does it seem like better than normal blood?
No, just kind of blood.
Okay, well I'm still keeping a vial of it on me. Might
Okay.
come in handy later.
So if I
Benevolent
focus my,
GM, I would like to divine sense on the book.
Sure.
Vial of book blood, I'll call it.
It's demonic as hell.
to say it's demonic AF.
Yep. It definitely registers that strong sense of evil.
I see. And why do you possess this book and haven't you gotten rid of it? Is it
So
a terrible thing to have?
it's a long story. To make it short, my dad used to be a book merchant. I found this in his store. And then he sold my soul to a devil. I sold my soul to a devil that is an enemy of the original devil. And then in order to get my soul back, I made a deal with the third devil. So yeah.
Sounds dumb every time I hear it.
Your dad sold your soul to somebody.
Yeah.
Your dad's a bastard.
He was not a good guy.
Your next tome is going to be called The Art of the Deal.
That's Drahos.
No, it's not. He is very terrible at the deal.
That's why it would be the art of the deal.
I was gonna say that's the joke.
I'm going to build this
So-
wall. It's only 5 feet wide. It's the most beautiful dirt wall.
And my dirt walls are beautiful.
So who actually owns your soul now? I mean, besides you, because you don't.
I'm not real sure.
The custody trial's next
The
week.
the legalities in the devil courts are kind of
I'm familiar.
yeah.
Out of context, the long game is to get so many patrons involved in this that they're going to spend centuries in litigation buying you enough time for someone to come along and figure it out for you on the moral side.
I think at this point I'm just trying to see how many we can get involved.
Like
Why
that's
not 4? Like, if you've sold your soul to 3 people,
People is a
Not
strong
sure.
word.
huh?
People is a strong word to use in this situation.
I mean, aren't people below you?
No, these are demons / devils. They're well above me.
Archdevils. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I mean,
so you admit you have hires.
Yeah, most things that have been alive since before the creation of elves are considered a hire.
I mean, not really. Not if you actually stand with your high elves. If you stand with your high elves, you are above all, except
Yes.
the elven deities.
I'm gonna lean over to Rami and say,
So
not to tell you what to do, but you trying to encourage him.
I am, because this is beyond dumb.
right.
I
So
want to see what
I'll
happens.
just stand back and watch it play out.
we are an adventuring company. Do we have articles of incorporation for our company?
What do you mean by that? You're gonna have to be more specific.
I guess I just want to know what the rules are for all of this money that I found.
Oh, we.
Is it in your pocket?
No, he's got it actually cupped in both hands. He's just got a bunch of gold and silver in his hands. He's been standing here with
well
it for a
then
minute.
it's all of ours.
Yeah, we
It's
throw
not
it in
in
the
pocket.
we throw it in the lockbox, and basically once the adventure's done, we're back in town. We divvy equally amongst us.
Was
But-
the orcs? Where'd you get that?
If it goes in
The
your pocket,
burning ogre mage, really.
Okay.
So does anyone keep track of this? Is there a tally anywhere?
Yep. Yep, our wonderful GM keeps track of it, and then Drawho gets a list, and then Drawho divvies it because he's surprisingly honest.
And you did say that the orcs had
also,
They did.
I write things down.
All right, I'll collect those up and put them in the carts.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
I
I
can
turn over 35 gold pieces and 25 silver pieces.
If I consult the book, does Levistus have anything to say about this?
Not currently.
Damn it, Levistus.
Levistus. Did you say that name out loud?
Yes.
We all know who Levistus is. He's sugar daddy number 3.
You happen to notice that every time
You
one of our attacks hits
Are
the-
dealing with the Lord of the Fifth.
Yeah, that's kind of one of my problems at the moment.
no patron.
One of
You're beyond a problem. Good luck.
Wow, nothing like leaving the paladin speechless.
It went into the fridge.
So okay, yeah, I think we should do the short rest and then continue on the journey because that'll get us back pretty much everything we used.
Okay.
And I want to make the trip at night so Kibble doesn't get disadvantaged if we got to get into more fights.
Okay.
We're pretty much an entirely night-based party.
Yeah, I'm-
Wait.
Continuously-
Hold on.
That
Hold on.
continuously does stuff in the daytime.
Lord Droho is terrified of a random wandering adventurer, but willingly shares space with a person whose soul is owned by one of the lords.
Correction,
Okay.
owned by 3 Lords of Hell.
To be fair,
Lord Draho is
Yeah, all that came out as garbage. Sorry.
to be fair,
Are
we've
you
been around her a
talking to me?
lot.
No, when both of you were talking, it just killed it.
Go ahead, Rami.
I said Lord Draho is a bitch. And he prefers to travel at night. So let's go.
Yeah, I here's the thing. Naivara has proven to be time and again one of the best companions in the party to me. So I trust her even with her demon connections more than I trust a shabby looking dude that walks in the bar looking like the demons that he claims to despise.
I mean, he is a demon. At least
And
No, I am no such demon.
half.
Yeah, you
Devil.
Sweetheart.
somewhere along your
Excuse
family
yourself.
tree, devils got frisky. That's all I'm saying.
Sweetheart,
There you go.
I can identify demons pretty easily. You kind of scream at me.
It's true.
Thing.
Oh
But
yeah,
not a
speaking of,
demon. Devil.
have I noticed
Not a
on
demon.
you?
I'm a devil.
Has
Yeah.
anyone noticed any holy symbols on you at all?
Totally.
Okay, do any of us recognize it? I forgot to ask what your god was.
Do we have?
I bend my knee to no god.
Are you an anti-paladin?
Is he an agnostic paladin?
The livery that is emblazoned, I have a pauldron on the left side, and it is a raven standing with a red patch that's kind of in the shape of a droplet.
I rolled an 18 for religion. What do I know?
That is a symbol of no specific god that you're aware of.
Okay.
While they're having this whole debate over demons, devils, and who owns whose soul and who's trustworthy or not.
Wait, hold on. Do we know you're a paladin? Because you never said you were a paladin.
That's an excellent question.
Yeah, actually.
You never said that. You just said you were basically a guard for hire.
That is
And
exactly what I said, precisely.
You have yeah. Now that I think about it, that's more reason to distrust you over Naivara. At least I know who Naivara is contracted to. You've got weird religious symbols on you. We've been hunting a cult. How the hell do we know you're not involved in our cult?
Symbols. We just
let a cultist into our group. What the hell?
We don't know it's an occult. We don't know it's a cultist. We just know
It's not a standard religion, so it's obviously a branch of a religion, and those are called cults.
I'll tell you what.
Religious.
When we make camp, I will tell you a story.
Okay,
Well, we've got 1 hour. Make it quick.
So while this debate is going on, besides the javelins, what kind of weapons were the orcs carrying?
Great axes.
Great axes.
Okay, I'm going to take one of the orcs, the one that looks the most mangled, but still clearly an orc.
Pike on a head.
Some heads. No, I'm actually taking the whole one, and I'm going to take one of the javelins and actually just stand him upright against the tree and stab the javelin through him to where he's fixed there.
Okay.
I'm going to stop you.
What? Why?
The tree didn't do anything to you. Leave the tree alone.
This is how we tell people we've been here.
Compromise. I tie
Hit him
it.
against the wall. The house. The house is wood, right?
That's
The house
perfectly
is questionably stable wood.
Yeah, stab him into the house. In fact, line him up against the house with spears through him.
Let's find a reasonably structurally sturdy portion of the house and leave them there. Or, you know what? I'll just line the orcs up next to the front doorway on the porch area there, like sitting up.
Or go with our usual tradition of put all their heads on sticks.
I'll take each of their great axes and jam it into their shoulders. So, like, partially cleave it into them as a warning.
Man, you are getting more creative with your warnings. I remember when you just put heads on pikes and called it a day. Now you're getting creative.
Well, I can use the javelins.
Like, you have gone so far beyond Vlad Tepish at this point.
It's
gotten real creative.
Character development.
If he throws a feast, I'm out.
So yeah, I think that's a good place to stop. We'll have a short rest and then start the rest of the journey next game.
Sounds good.
Because it's 9 o'clock to you guys. 10 o'clock to people in the real world.
On the wrong coast? What? Wrong coast.
Hey. East Coast is Beast Coast, baby.
No.
And with that,
Did you just say baby?
we'll go ahead and end
Like,
for the night.
Stab you over that.
Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Bye.
See ya.